How much do you think it's worth?
How much value is it going to give to their business?
Hey coders, welcome back to my channel. So if you're new, please click subscribe, and if you're a regular, welcome back. So today I have two coders with me.
Isaac.
Ntsiki.
Yes, and we'll be talking about freelancing and all that jazz. Okay, so we're gonna start with, what do you need to freelance? Do you need a setup? Do you need qualifications?
Okay, sure. So to start, like freelancing, you don't really need a qualification, though it helps to drive confidence that you went through some official training, but it's not a necessity. What's more important, it's the skills. Yeah, so if you have the skills, and also like just the workstation, skills and the resources, equipment to sort of start building.
Can you go to an internet cafe and just use their setup?
Nah. Well, you can, but not very advisable to do that. Just get a low spec PC, then just to get you going.
Okay, and then how do you approach companies or people, or like people? Should I call it people or small businesses?
Clients, basically.
Approaching them, well, everybody has their own approach, but I'll speak on like how I did it first. So initially, starting out, when I was doing just web development and app development, so how I went about it is you go through their social media profiles, Facebook, Instagram, start there. Then once you see that they don't have an online presence, they don't have a company website and all of that, then you can use that content in their social media, just create a prototype of like how a website should be. So they already have their contact details there, what the company is about, some pictures you may use and all of that. So you can come up with a thingy, just basic website, and then you go pitch it to them, see if they like it, see if there might be a potential there. If they do, then you can bring them on board as a client. That's my approach initially.
Just telling them how having a website would sort of benefit them.
And then is it better to work with companies, like big companies, or just small businesses?
Okay.
Big money, big bucks.
So bigger companies are better financially because it's going to be bigger deals and you sort of make more money. But starting out, it's better going for brands or personal brand or people selling or small businesses, and then you'll grow as time goes.
And is it easy to start out?
It's never easy.
That's one of the difficult. That's one of the difficult things. So like everything else, starting out is very difficult. So, but then with experience and as time goes, as you get more a bigger client base, becomes easier to grow. But then starting out is kind of difficult because it also happens that you go and pitch and then they don't really like it, or they don't buy it, or they're not looking for something like that at the moment. So time wasted there. But persisting and sort of trying to keep at this, approaching more clients, you might get the opportunity there.
So you never stop, you just continue.
Just persist. Keep on keeping on.
Okay. And then do you need capital for like freelancing? Do you need to have capital?
So capital, not that much per se. So as mentioned earlier, what's more important is the skills. So if you have the equipment and the skills to build, that's more valuable when you're starting out. But then capital is only later when you start having like bigger client base or more established businesses where you'll have to host, incorporate things like your clouds and things like that. So that's where you need capital. But for starting out, for small brands and small businesses, you don't really need capital, just a skill and some equipment.
And then how do you charge?
That's a very difficult one for when you're still new, on like how you charge your clients for like the work. But in most cases you find there's like maybe like two ways to charge. I don't know, other people might use other ways. So first one is the product itself. How much do you value it? Like, how much do you think it's worth? And the second one being your time. So you can charge according to your time spent on the actual product, or you can evaluate the product on like how much the product is worth. So those are like the two you can start out. So whether you want to charge according to product or you want to charge according to your time.
I just want to go back to starting out. When you start out, do you check time or do you check product?
It's different for other people, because I have worked with other freelancers who actually charge according to time. So like in hours, like okay, sure, this is gonna be like, for example, $50 per hour. So I calculate from that, and this is a whole project is gonna be like maybe 100 and something hours to finish. But then there's also other ones like me. Starting out, I actually evaluated the product, but how much I think it's worth, and then slowly migrated to charging for my time.
Yeah, so basically incorporating it, how much value is it going to give to their business? So yeah, so just bearing in mind and then sort of coming up with estimations.
And then do you add like maintenance? So if you do add maintenance, do you also count time, or it's still according to the product? Like, okay, this is how much I charge for the product, and then to maintain it each month is gonna be X amount.
Again, it depends on you. If you wanna evaluate it according to the product or your time spent
on it.
Yeah. But the advice there is for the product itself, it's just one it's separate, and then for maintaining and hosting and things like that should be just a different something else. But for the product itself, one invoice there, and then everything else, the hosting, updates, or should it crash sometime, things like that, you charge separate.
And then do you need a portfolio?
Yes, it does actually help having a portfolio beforehand.
Yeah.
But in some other cases, in some instances, you find that you do not have a portfolio when it comes to like certain products you want to offer. So going back to how you start, basically going through the social media and whatnot of the company you want to approach, see what they do. Then once you build something that will be of value to them, so that they might maybe overlook that you don't have a portfolio.
But it's very important.
It's very important to have a portfolio. Just work on something on your side. Have your own website, maybe where you showcase your skills. Everything. Have a Git repo there with some of your personal projects and what you just work on your free time.
Yeah, so portfolio basically just drive confidence, because I can't just believe someone can do something just because they're saying it. So just shows, okay, I've worked on this, you can see it's working. So it drives confidence. And then
so it works as a resume.
Yeah. Something like that.
All right, and then languages and frameworks.
All of them. Okay. Let me get to why I'm saying all of them. In some instances, let me start here. It's very important to have your own stack. So what you like using when working. So for instance, for me, in previous years, it was usually Spring Boot, Node, and then front end would be React. I'm a React baby. So it's important to have like your own personal stack. But then you might find with other companies you might approach, they would have a preferred method of working, their own preferred stacks. So it's best to just keep your ear to the ground on all of these other different types of frameworks, so that it's easy to just hit the ground running. So all of them, but not all of them.
Yeah. So and it also takes less time if it's a stack that you're used to. So it's an advantage there as well.
Do you need like templates? Do you store templates whereby you're gonna use them like later on?
That's a very important one. So When it comes to like maybe your front end work, it's best to have a repository where you keep all of these reusable stuff like your buttons, nav bars, and all of that nice thing. It's best to keep components so that you can readily, easily reuse them whenever needs be.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna ask about Wix. Can you be a freelancer and use Wix to create websites or WordPress?
I just said now I've never used them, but there are companies that do use them. There are people
Freelancers.
there are freelancers that actually use them. So
Not recommended.
Why? Why not?
It's just drag and drop. There's not much customizability there. So if you really want to build something custom and that is unique, don't go for templates, Wix, WordPress and whatnot. But when it comes to WordPress, there's actually something I like, which is you can use it headlessly. So like with your backend, using it as just a backend and have a custom front end so that you can actually have someone who can manage the store there and then have a custom front end. So that's actually nice, using it headlessly.
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So you guys have portfolios.
Yes.
Okay, I don't.
Yeah.
I also don't have. I do have, but I don't have. It's still under construction.
Yeah.
Okay, I think those are all the questions that I have for this video, and I hope if you're thinking of becoming a freelancer, if you're thinking of being a freelancer, I hope this is valuable information. I'm gonna drop both their LinkedIn profiles down below, and if you want to check them out and maybe talk to them, maybe you want a mentor, we don't know. Yeah, and then please do click like if you like the video, comment down below, and do subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Until the next one, bye guys.
Cheers.